guys, coming in from the Cadillac here on another one of my work road trips, and wanted to get on and do a quick vlog for you guys. So sound only on this one, I guess. So someone recently asked me why we are writing everything down. Why, Chris? Why should we be so worried about writing everything down? Why should we be writing down what our big problem is and what we do on a daily basis to fix it? Why are we writing a journal at night? Why do we write? What's the point? So, it's accountability and ownership of our actions. You know, we're all about being intentional in life now and making sure that every move we make in life is intentional. And I'll put it in terms of my work that I do. When I go to a company and do an audit, 9 times out of 10 they have what we refer to in the industry as data integrity or statistical integrity. Basically, it means your stats, your data, the stuff that's on paper that shows what your company does day to day isn't accurate. Now, integrity doesn't have to be honest and trustworthy. It's not an ethical thing every time you talk about integrity. But unintentionally going through life or going through the motions at work or when you're running a company, you're going to lose integrity in your statistics. So what happens in life, if we lose integrity in our statistics or in our data set, we don't have good direction. So what ends up happening is we end up like a leaf in the wind. Or watch a leaf in the wind. A leaf in the wind has no plan. It has no idea of where it's going. So it turns this way, flops that way. It goes up for a while, then it goes back down. Then maybe it curls around and floats backwards a little bit. But it takes forever to get to its destination. It's all over the place, right? We need to not be like that leaf on the wind. We need to have a plan. We need to have the ability in our mind to make intentional, smart decisions in everything we do. So if we begin to attack one thing at a time and take the time to write it down and then make an intentional effort every day to fix that one thing, after that 21 days, you've built the habit of trying to fix that one thing that bothers you, that thing that really nags you. And then after that, you're going to be so excited that, hey, I just knocked this out. You're going to want to do, what's the next thing? And then eventually it's going to be, man, you know what I'm going to write down? I want to be better at closing the cupboard doors after I take something out of the cabinets. After I grab a glass for some water or some milk, I want to be better at closing the doors. It's going to be that small. Those menial little things you're going to start picking apart. Because you're going to be so happy at the results that, man, I made an intentional effort. I held myself accountable every night. And I fixed something that really bothered me. Okay? So when I go to these places for work and I tell them, you guys got to get good stats and good data, the first thing we do is we make sure that everything you do gets written down. If Joe is unable to do his job for 2 hours and John has to come over and help him work for 2 hours, I want to write that down and I'm going to make sure I document that. Because then I'm holding Joe and John both accountable for the exact amount of work they did today. It's all about accountability. Taking ownership of what you've done today to stay on program, to stay on the process here. So make a big effort to really write these things down. And when you sit down at night, what was that thing? What did I do? Did I make any intentional, actionable efforts to fix this problem? And if you did, pat yourself on the back and get ready for tomorrow. And then hit that journal. And you know what I'm telling you, when you look back and you read back on that journal, it's going to be obvious if you worked at your problem today or not. Because if you didn't, you should have a little sense of, I kind of let myself down today. And your journal's going to have a little bit of a slant to it today. You're going to be a little down in the dumps when you're writing that journal. But if you were there and you really took a solid effort to be in the moment and hold yourself accountable and take an actionable effort and an initiative to fix what's wrong, you're going to feel good, and that journal entry is going to be awesome. So why do we do the journal? Because we want somebody down the road to be able to look at that and say, you know, I would love to give my kids a journal when I'm ready to leave this earth and say, here, these are some of the things I went through, and this is some of the ways I did something to fix it. And let my kids kind of see me through my own eyes. So in business world, we have what's called a P&L report, or a P&L statement, profit and loss statement. That's what your journal is. It's your profit and your loss. You know, what was the good and how much did I spend on the bad? And the whole point of this is that we're going to spend so little on the bad that we're going to be all profit. It's going to be all good. And you should be able to read that journal back after you go through this, and after you've made a really concerted effort to get on this program. You should be able to go back and read that journal and see how it started out more loss, less profit. And by the end, it's going to be all profit. My journal from this weekend was all good stuff. All good stuff. It was all smiles. It was all happy. I was a little short with the girls, so I got to kind of work on that. You know, my girls were a little on edge this weekend. I think they were a little sleep deprived. And, you know, it shows in their actions. So I was a little rough on them, maybe a little short-fused. So I got to work on that. And that's going to go into my book this week. And it'll affect my journal. I'm sure it will. But from the weekend here, it was all profit, no loss. That's where I want you to be. All profit, no loss. And when you guys get there and you're really hammering this down, and your P&L report is really showing that you guys are in a good place for yourself, then we're going to start looking at our relationships around us. And then we're going to start hammering our finances. And you're going to be so good at making intentional moves in life, doing tangible things that are really going to fix things, that when it gets to your finances, you are going to get so intense about this, and you are going to knock out your debt, and you're going to save up money, and you're going to pay down your mortgage, and you're going to get yourself so squared away for life. It's going to be great. You're going to be in the best place ever. So, why are we writing it down? Accountability, ownership, integrity. And when it comes down to it, we want a good profit and loss statement. We want to be profitable emotionally. Thanks, guys. See you next time.